Tsar Nicholas II, the last Emperor of Russia. A man of deep faith, a devoted father, and a leader whose legacy is still resonating today. From his reign to his tragic death and eventual sainthood, let's explore the life of one of Russia's most misunderstood rulers. Born in 1868, Nicholas was raised with a profound sense of duty to his people and devotion to orthodoxy. His father, Tsar Alexander III, was a formidable ruler, but Nicholas, in contrast, was gentle, humble, and deeply religious. He once wrote, "I am not ready to be Tsar. I never wanted to be one. I know nothing of the business of ruling." World War I brought immense strain on Russia. As Commander-in-Chief of the Russian army, Nicholas took personal control of military operations, often visiting the front lines to support his soldiers. Despite his efforts, the war's heavy toll led to unrest at home. The Russian people, suffering from shortages and war fatigue, grew increasingly discontented. Throughout this turmoil, Nicholas remained a devoted father and husband. The Romanov family, Nicholas, Alexandra, and their 5 children were bound by their love for one another and their unwavering faith in orthodoxy. They were often seen in prayer, seeking strength from God as the world around them unraveled. Nicholas, known for his kindness, once remarked, "My soul cannot bear the sufferings of my people." The revolution of 1917 forced Nicholas to abdicate. He did so with a heavy heart, not out of weakness, but out of a desire to avoid bloodshed. His faith remained unshaken even in the face of uncertainty. "The will of God is my will," he wrote, trusting that whatever happened was part of a divine plan. Imprisoned by the Bolsheviks, Nicholas and his family were stripped of their royal titles, but not their faith. The Romanovs continued to observe daily prayers, even in captivity, turning their hearts fully toward God. As their execution neared, Nicholas remained serene, accepting his fate with dignity and trust in the providence of God. On July 17, 1918, Tsar Nicholas II, his wife and their 5 children were murdered by Bolshevik forces. But even in death, their faith did not die. The Russian Orthodox Church would eventually recognize Nicholas and his family as passion bearers, saints who endured suffering with Christ-like humility. Their canonization in 2000 was a testament to their unwavering faith. Though stripped of his throne, Tsar Nicholas never lost his dignity or his faith. Even in captivity, he remained a man of prayer, seeking God's will in all things. His letters from prison reflect a man who believed in the providence of God, accepting his fate with peace and unwavering trust in Christ. Nicholas's legacy is one of faith in the face of immense suffering. The world remembers him as the last Tsar, but the Church venerates him as a saint, a man whose humility, devotion and enduring love for his people point to something far greater than earthly power. His crown was not just lost in revolution, but exchanged for a heavenly one. Tsar Nicholas II was not a flawless ruler, but he was a man of deep conviction, faith and devotion to his family and people. His reign may have ended in tragedy, but his life remains a powerful example of leadership rooted in orthodoxy and trust in God's will. His sainthood reflects a legacy far beyond politics. It's about a soul who walked the path of suffering with grace and faith. For the critics in the comments, to call Tsar Nicholas II a bad leader or a tyrant is not only an oversimplification, but a failure to grasp the complex and chaotic circumstances that defined his reign. Critics often judge him against unrealistic expectations, ignoring the deep political, economic and social instability Russia was suffering during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Firstly, Nicholas inherited an empire already teetering on the edge of collapse. The rapid industrialization of Russia brought about widespread economic upheaval as the rural peasantry migrated to overcrowded cities, creating tensions between the old agrarian way of life and the demands of modern industry. The Russian economy was vulnerable, and efforts to modernize it were often met with resistance from both conservative nobles and radical revolutionaries. Politically, Nicholas was facing unprecedented challenges. The rise of socialist and anarchist movements, fueled by widespread discontent and ideological fervor, was unlike anything seen before. Terrorist groups, such as the socialist revolutionaries, were actively undermining the stability of the state, assassinating officials and orchestrating strikes and riots. The pressures on Nicholas were immense, as he was forced to balance reform with the need to maintain order in a country riddled with divisions. Moreover, the Russian autocracy itself was a system that was out of step with the times. But Nicholas found himself trapped between calls for reform and the reality of maintaining control over a vast, diverse empire. The Russian people wanted change, but the revolutionaries sought nothing less than the destruction of the monarchy. Many of Nicholas's reforms, such as the creation of the Duma, were steps in the right direction, but the tumultuous political climate made meaningful progress difficult. The narrative that paints Nicholas as an incompetent leader also ignores the moral and personal qualities that made him beloved by many. He was a devoted family man and deeply committed to his faith, virtues that are often dismissed as irrelevant, but were central to his identity as a ruler. His steadfastness in holding to Orthodox Christianity and his loyalty to the Russian people, despite overwhelming odds, speak to his strength of character. To label him as simply a bad leader dismisses the intricate web of crises he faced, many of which were beyond the control of any one man. Tsar Nicholas II was not perfect, but reducing him to a caricature fails to acknowledge the profound challenges of his time. Now it is your turn to participate. What's your opinion about the cruel destiny of this royal family? Leave your comments on this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. Stay tuned. See you next time.